What's up, guys? Today we'll talk about something much discussed, something I thought about when I first began my real estate journey, and that is how does being a realtor compare to wholesaling real estate? What do they both have in common, and also what are the pros and cons of each? Now, before we get into it, let's go ahead and discuss the elephant in the room. Not that elephant, I'm talking about the elephant behind me. Now, if you look to your top left screen, you'll see Jeff Bezos written right beside Amazon, with also a greater than sign in Fred Smith for FedEx. Fred Smith is the original owner of FedEx, whose whole company all depended on a dice game that he gambled everything to, have the company that we know today as FedEx. Now, our guy, Mr. Jeff Bezos, is currently shipping third-party packages to compete with companies like FedEx, USPS, and the Postal Service. So basically to go ahead and take over the whole market and to ship everything, especially when it comes to online ordering. I thought that's very important. You guys should look into it more and also follow more success stories by tapping into @successshopping.com on Instagram and also Success Shopping on Facebook, where I bring you guys a whole bunch of success stories just like that. And we go way more in detail. Let's hop into it. Now, the first thing that we got here is the realtor, right? Now, guys, being a realtor, it brings you peace of mind. And let me explain. So being the peace of mind, right? Guys, when you are a realtor, the peace of mind comes from the fact that you don't have to worry about sellers, or buyers, going behind your back, talking to your seller. You don't have to worry about too much of sellers backing out of the contract, because there's certain clauses in place with the realtor contract where there's certain stipulations. If you were to show somebody a property within 90 days, if that same person buys the property, then you still get your commission. So just certain things like that within 90 days after the listing contract expires. Now, guys, I know things like this, again, because I was a realtor for a hot little second. I didn't like it, wasn't for me, but I did see it all the way through before I decided it wasn't for me. So I got my first listing. I got, did not sell the listing. I did the process of doing the first listing though. So I, can't speak from experience. I know what it takes to get the first listing. I know what it takes to really, to grind and get that first listing, and also to go through the process of becoming a realtor. It's a process. So peace of mind is definitely priceless, guys. The peace of mind portion coming from being, wholesaling real estate, where people can go behind your back and do all kind of things. The peace of mind that you get from being a realtor is priceless. Although that peace of mind does not matter if you don't grind the right way. So if you don't grind the right way to get deals, to get leads, then it really don't matter about the peace of mind and all the ways you're protected when you are a realtor. Now, to take it another step further, right? First thing I want you guys to know, when it comes to, both of these things, you're working for yourself. So that is a good thing, right? I believe that is a good thing if you want to be, but you also can join a team, just to skip all the way down to the bottom of the both. Now, wholesaling can be virtual, whereas being a realtor, you cannot host, or you cannot be virtual with a realtor position unless you do something called referrals, right? Which is where you say, if you have somebody that's moving from Phoenix and they're moving to, let's just say, Cincinnati, someone in Cincinnati, Ohio, you can refer them to that broker in Cincinnati, Ohio, or to that agent in Cincinnati, Ohio, and you have a 25% or whatever type of referral fee you work out to the other agent. But that's the quickest you'll get to virtual, whereas wholesaling real estate, you can be completely virtual. I mean, when you're wholesaling real estate, you can be completely virtual. You can do it in your backyard, or you can do it, a different state. Can you do it in different countries? I will tell you this. There was people that I've contacted from different countries, specifically the Middle East, who were wholesaling in the Cincinnati, Ohio market by still living in the Middle East. So yes, you can do it completely virtual. So one thing I want to let you guys know, just throw in there, when I first began my real estate journey, I was 19 years old, and I felt like, wholesaling real estate was a perfect stepping stone for me to become a realtor. So that's why I became a realtor, right? Although I want you guys to take these and decide for yourself what you think is best. And I'll give you my 2 cents at the end. All right, now no license needed when you're wholesaling real estate. No license needed at all. And that is a good thing, because again, I was 19 when I started. When you're a realtor, you have to be 18 years old. But with wholesaling, no license needed, so you can actually do this under 18 years old. You can do it at 2 years old. You can do it as soon as you come out the womb, or you can do it at 17 years old, right? So you can be under 18. And the thing about it is, you would just have to have a person who's over 18 to actually sign the contract, because no minor can legally enter a legally binding contract. So you would have to get your mother or father or cousin, somebody you trust, to sign to actually get the property under contract and close the deal out. So that's the only like caveat, but at the same time, you know, if you got somebody you trust, it's not that big of a deal. And you can do it at any age and you don't have to pay. So there's no upfront cost. Whereas being a realtor, I made a whole video about how much it costs, but it's about $2,000 to become a realtor. So realtor though, you can wholesale when you're a realtor. That's the thing. It's like the square and a rectangle, right? So a rectangle can be a square, but a square can't be a rectangle, right? So that being said, a realtor can wholesale real estate, but person who's wholesaling real estate can't just become a realtor who does not have a license. You get what I'm saying? So you need to have a license to become a realtor. And I want you guys to know, just another little game for you. Realtor and real estate agent are two different things. When you're a realtor, you are, with the National Association of Realtors. So you paid that little fee that's typically with your local board, right? So mine was the Scottsdale Association of Realtors, who I was with. So it's whoever your local city is, right? So, if you're in Cincinnati, it'll be the Cincinnati Local Board of Realtors. So that is just something for you guys to think about. You need about $2,000, whole bunch of upfront costs, and, it's something where you still can wholesale real estate though. So, maybe it's something you have in your back pocket and you can also wholesale real estate, but maybe if you're flipping or something, you can also get your realtor license, maybe for you. But guys, one thing I want you to know is both of them are relationship-based businesses, right? And guys, you can screenshot this, but obviously you need to hear me explain it, but go ahead and screenshot it. And the stars are the most important in each one. Okay, so relationship-based business, both realtor and wholesaling real estate are relationship-based businesses because you're in real estate, and real estate is a relationship-based business. So guys, just keep that in mind. Now I'm going a little bit more in detail in a couple of more, seconds here, but I just want you to keep in mind that they're both are very important, although they're different sides. So, where, being a realtor, the relationship depends more on your, customers, right? Customers being clients, selling house, buying house. Whereas being a wholesaling, where you're wholesaling real estate, you are somebody whose relationship oftentimes can depend on the seller, right? But that seller is more. It's good to build rapport, but when I say relationship, it's more so based on maybe other people who are wholesaling and also other buyers. Those are your main relationship building places on the wholesaling side, whereas on the realtor side, it's going to be your customers. And this brings me to my point. When you're a realtor, customer service is really your job. So it's a major difference, right? And I want you guys, if you don't take anything away, take this, right? So whereas when you're wholesaling real estate, I told you guys, no license needed, no money needed. You know that, right? Be virtual. But wholesaling real estate is a real estate investing technique. Guys, that's a major difference. Let me explain. You have a real estate investing technique versus customer service. Now, a real estate investing technique, right? So when you're wholesaling real estate, you're learning a real estate investing technique. This is real life real estate investing technique, which is why a realtor can practice a real estate investing technique. Right? Now, I do believe when you are a realtor, you are at the basis of working in a customer service business because you are literally at the mercy of your client. From the standpoint, if you're showing someone a house, you have to be there when it works for them. And of course, when it works for you too, but you really want to be there when it works for them because they're working with you and they don't have to work with you, right? They are choosing to. So somebody who's selling their house, right? They don't have to sell with you. They can put it on the market themselves. They're choosing to. So all of these things right there, you're going to be a little more, it's more customer service. It's more customer service based. So when I say customer service, think about if you're at a nice hotel, a nice dinner, you expect those waiters to be there when you want them, to be checking up on you, to be checking in on you, to making sure the process going good. That's what you expect when it comes to great customer service. And to become a great realtor, you have to have great customer service. So you got to just decide what you really want. Because I personally believe that, this is me after becoming a realtor and seeing that side of things, right? Now, on the real estate investing technique, I believe that if you're a person who's beginning in real estate, that you'll learn more about actual real estate investing by becoming and practicing wholesaling. And if you guys have noticed, I've said wholesaling, right? Whereas realtor is realtor, not realtoring. So what I'm saying here is that wholesaling is a technique. It's not a person. I don't think it's you can say, you're a wholesaler, but at the same time, I feel like that's a limiting way to describe yourself, because I feel like it's an investing technique. You're a real estate investor who wholesales real estate, because a real estate investing technique is wholesaling real estate, whereas realtor and being a realtor is no technique there. It's just customer service. So that being said, guys, keep that in mind. If you're, want to learn about real estate, if you want to learn about real estate investing, if your end goal is to, build a real estate portfolio, and the only reason you're going to become a realtor is to get cash, and you feel like it's quote unquote easier, then I feel like you may benefit more from the wholesaling side, unless you maybe wanted to join a team on a realtor side, because joining a team on a realtor side is a lot more, again, peace of mind versus joining a team on the wholesaling side. Because when you join a team on the wholesaling side, again, there's no quote unquote, there's no real team. There's no real cut, dry rules, laws, regulations on how the business goes. So there can always be something rumbling in your mind. Whereas over here, like I said, peace of mind, you know what it goes, it's in black and white. So if you want to join a team, it may be easier to start here as a realtor and then try to figure out how to wholesale real estate. Because I had it backwards. I was wholesaling real estate, and then I decided, let me be a realtor. When I realized, you can be a good student, pass all of your stuff, and then you got to get in the field. This is really the same thing. All right, so guys, both of these things though, both of these businesses, there ain't no retirement plan, right? There ain't no health insurance, and that's huge. So you got to figure out, I really think that, you can do it at any time, obviously. And some brokerages are actually starting to offer health insurance, I believe. But for the most part, there ain't none. So that being said, guys, you got to figure out, again, what's your end goal, right? Are you practicing wholesaling real estate to become a wholesaler, and you're just wholesaling for the rest of your life without any quote unquote, and I won't say quote unquote, I'll just say end goal. You got to have an end goal, guys. For me, when I first began wholesaling real estate, and even right now, I do it. I love the process and I love what it brings. But for me, being honest with myself, and I've told you guys this before, my vision is not to just wholesale real estate and for that to be what I'm doing, over the next 10 years. It's growing, and I grow daily by daily. And my vision ultimately is to own rental portfolio, which will, consist of different kind of units. But for me, wholesaling real estate is a way to get the cash that funds a lot of things that I'm doing, from passion projects like me talking in front of you today, and also my real estate investing portfolio. So for me, that's what wholesaling real estate is. It's more of a vehicle, right, to my end destination, I won't even say end destination, because there's lots of end destinations, but you should understand where I'm getting at, guys. I really want you to. I feel like this is the most important. I think I don't even know how long on this, but guys, that was very important. Rewind that part back. Again, learn the difference. Customer service versus real estate investing technique. No retirement plan, no health insurance. Know what you're doing. Have a end goal in mind, right? And if you're under 26, you got that time to be able to figure this stuff out while you're on your parents' health insurance. So I definitely believe it's the best time to utilize that, okay? Now, you can receive passive income through recruitment, and I believe that's awesome. So eXp Realty, you tell somebody about the brokerage, you get a portion of what they sell. That's basically the easy version of it. And also Keller Williams has something like that as well, and there may be other brokerages like that as well. That is awesome, but again, customer service. What kind of skills are you actually learning there? And focus, guys. You have 24 hours in a day. Are you going to be more focused on recruitment? Or are you going to be more focused on closing actual deals by, getting either your buyers or your sellers? There's different sides to the business in Realtor. So just because you can have the possibility of having recruitment dollars, don't mean that that's where your focus is going to be. So that's something I found out very easily. Because for me, guys, you got to understand, I have my Realtor stuff going on in Arizona, while at the same time I'm still doing wholesaling real estate in Cincinnati. So these are two different leads. So that's something I didn't really fully put together. But long story short, with all of that, is that when it came down to it, guys, you're calling and contacting, these people, But at the same time, you want to be calling and contacting other agents and recruit them. So what I'm saying is don't spread yourself too thin, okay? And you know, there's trials and tribulations. You'll learn and you'll grow. You'll figure out what works best for you. This is just stuff that I learned, okay? Now, one thing that's majorly different from here is that you're paid from the broker. So as a realtor, you're paid from the broker, whereas when you're wholesaling real estate, you're paid from the title company. When you're paid from the title company versus the broker, two different things. Now, as a realtor, you're gonna have a commission split with your broker. So let's say you made, I don't know, $1,000, you would most likely get, you know, let's say an 80-20 split. So you get $800, the broker gets $200. So your broker will write you a check for $800 because the broker always gets paid first. Whereas, let's take that same $1,000 from the title company will just wire you the money, or they'll send it to you, you know, via check, or, you know, whatever way you like it, either wire or check though. They'll go ahead and do that for you directly to your account. Don't have to go through the broker or anything like that. So these really are the main, you know, pros and cons, the contrast of wholesaling real estate and, you know, being wholesaling real estate and being a realtor, and what they both have in common, you know, working for yourself, relationship based, no retirement, no health insurance, and can join a team. As I told you guys, realtor, peace of mind is the best. Like, that's, for me, that was the best thing that I was excited about with being a realtor. I'm like, oh, it's guaranteed I get this. I ain't gotta worry about nobody gonna be on my back. Hey, turn up, turn up, turn up. I was excited about that, right? But at the same time, over here with wholesaling real estate, you gotta know, wholesaling real estate is a real estate investing technique. You can call yourself a wholesaler if you would like, but at the same time, I feel like that's a limiting, you know, just something that you're gonna be putting into your mind, possibly, because wholesaling real estate, ultimately, for a lot of us that started, that's not the end destination. You ultimately want to build a rental portfolio. That's why you're doing it. That's oftentimes why you're doing it, right? So that's the same way for me right now. Like, me building a rental portfolio is my number one priority from the standpoint of having properties, okay? So I feel like you learn that more when it comes to starting out in wholesaling. You learn more about real estate investing. That's not to say that you don't learn things when you are a realtor, but I can say you're learning more on a customer service point of view. You're learning more like a consumer. You are looking at the market and you're seeing, you know, you're telling people that they can get the price that they want based off of the market. It's kind of like, it's like the value of a dollar, right? It's only worth something because somebody's saying it's worth something. This market, the real estate market, all these things, everybody's feeding off their own delusion. It's hot, it's hot, it's hot. Versus you being able to reach out and look at deals by actually practicing a technique. I feel like it's just different. That's just me though, I don't know. Both. Relationship based. That's the biggest thing. Both of these things are relationship based. There's been people on both sides that's made multiple millions of dollars, trillions of dollars, gazillions of dollars, all from great relationships, guys. So if you don't take anything away from this, definitely take away the relationships. And also, peace of mind, being a realtor, huge. Can wholesale when you're a realtor as well. You may be held to the National Association of Realtors Code of Ethics. Just be cautious there, right? And you just looking more into that if you are interested. All right, guys, that's everything I got for you. Remember, if I was you, I would check out that CNBC video. I just watched it, came out a couple days ago, and it's about Jeff Bezos and Amazon, you know, shipping third-party items, and that's really an amazing thing to watch. Also, tap into successshopping.com. Don't forget to subscribe. As long as your heart is in each step and you are already a success, go check out the new merch, man. We loving the journey. As always, get to stepping.